In this lesson, we will learn about multiplying and dividing fractions. When multiplying fractions, you need to multiply all numerators, multiply all denominators, and then simplify your fraction. For example, number 1, I can multiply 5 times 2 to get 10, 6 times 3 to get 18, and then you need to see if there's any common factors. 2 will go into 10 and 2 will also go into 18, so I can simplify that to get 5 over 9. Let's go ahead and add some negatives in here. I'm going to go ahead and make that a negative for number 2. So again here I need to multiply my numerators and my denominators. This is a whole number. 4 is the same thing as saying 4 over 1. So negative 7 times 4 is negative 28 over 8 times 1 is 8. Notice I just made the negative go with the numerator. And now I can simplify this by 4. Negative 28 divided by 4 is negative 7. 8 divided by 4 is 2. For our third example, I have 6 over 11 times 0. Remember that 0 times anything will always be 0. So I don't even need to worry about working that one out. Now we're going to get into dividing fractions. When you divide a fraction, you need to change the division to multiplication and get the reciprocal of the second fraction, the fraction that you are dividing. A reciprocal is just the same fraction flipped. So you're going to switch the numerator and denominator. So for number 4, I have 7 over 2. You're going to keep that fraction. I'm going to change division to multiplication. And then I'm going to get the reciprocal of this, which just means you flip it. So let's make that 2 over 1. After you do that, now that it's multiplication, I will follow the rules we just did for multiplication. So multiply the numerators to get 14. Multiply the denominators to get 2, and then simplify. 14 divided by 2 is actually just 7. For this one, let's go ahead and put some negatives on here. Let's make that negative and this one negative. So remember, 4 is the same thing as saying 4 over 1. So keep negative 4 over 1 the same. Change the division to multiplication and get the reciprocal of the second fraction. So I have negative 4 times 11 is negative 44 over 6 times 1 is 6. And then I can simplify this by 2. And here I will get negative 44 divided by 2 is negative 22 over 3. For this last fraction, I have 6 divided by 10 divided by 3. Let me go ahead and add a multiplication on here so it can be a bit better on how to make it a negative. Let's add a 4 over 5. So I'm going to keep the 6 over 5 the same, change the division to multiplication, get the reciprocal of that fraction. This one is multiplication, so I don't need to do that. You just need to keep it as negative 4 over 5. Divide this right here. Now it's all multiplication, so go ahead and multiply across. So I have 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times negative 4 is negative 72. Another way you could have done that is 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Negative 12 times 6 is negative 72. Over, in the denominator, I have 5 times 10 times 5. 5 times 10 is 50. 50 times 5 is 250. And I actually did 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 10 is also 250. Just an easier way of looking at it. And then now I need to simplify this. This looks like a really big number, but I see that we can simplify by 2 because they're both even numbers. Negative 72 divided by 2 is negative 36. 250 divided by 2 is 125. And that is my final answer.